When you picture the dirtiest cities on Earth, where does your mind go? A factory town in the middle of nowhere? An industrial wasteland? Sure, we have plenty of those on this list. But what if I told you that one of the dirtiest cities in the world might be the place you're planning your honeymoon? We aren't just talking about invisible air pollution today. We are talking about filth, the kind you can smell through the screen. From the romantic capitals of Europe that are drowning in trash to the electronic graveyards of Africa, and the city that is literally known as the toilet of the world. Welcome to the top 10 dirtiest cities. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you're gonna wanna wash your hands. Let's kick this off with a shocker. Number 10, Paris. Yes, the city of love, the city of lights, or as the locals know it, the city of rats. While tourists come here expecting Emily in Paris, the reality is often much grittier. Paris creates a staggering amount of waste, and the city's dense, old streets make cleaning it up a nightmare. But the real residents aren't the Parisians, it's the rodents. Experts estimate there are about 6 million rats in Paris. That is 2 rats for every single human being. It's gotten so bad that there's actually a psychological condition called Paris syndrome, where tourists suffer extreme shock and nausea because the city is so much dirtier than they expected. Between the sanitation strikes leaving mountains of garbage on the curb and the distinct smell of the metro, the romance fades pretty quickly. From the city of lights to the city that never sleeps. Number 9 is New York City. New York is the richest city in the world, yet it smells like, well, hot garbage. Why? Because unlike almost every other modern city, New York was built without alleys. That means every single piece of trash from restaurants, apartments, and offices has to go directly onto the sidewalk where you walk. On a hot summer day, these black mountains of trash bake in the sun, leaking a toxic sludge locals call garbage juice. And just like Paris, this buffet attracts pests. New York rats are legendary for their size and bravery. They don't run from you, you run from them. It's a world-class city with a third-world waste management system. Staying in the West for one last stop, we head to number 8, Rome. The Eternal City is currently facing an eternal garbage crisis. Corruption and mismanagement in the waste sector have left Rome's streets overflowing with uncollected trash for years. But here, it's not just rats you have to worry about. The piles of rotting food have attracted wild boars from the countryside. Yes, literally wild pigs roaming the streets of a G7 capital city, eating spaghetti out of the gutter. Add to that the aggressive seagulls and the sweltering Italian heat, and the smell can be overpowering. The history is beautiful, but the hygiene? It's stuck in the Dark Ages. Now, we leave Europe behind and head to the Caspian Sea for number 7, Baku, Azerbaijan. They call this place the Black City, and it's not a nickname. It is a literal description. Baku was built on oil, and it is drowning in it. In some neighborhoods, you don't have gardens. You have oil rigs ticking away right in your backyard. The air is thick with the smell of petroleum, but the real dirt is on the ground. Decades of unregulated drilling have left the soil soaked in oil and heavy metals. When it rains, the mud turns into a toxic, greasy sludge. It's a place where you can't just wipe your feet before entering a house. The dirt here stains everything it touches. At number 6, we have a city where the dirt itself is a weapon, Kabwe, Zambia. This was once a thriving mining town, but today, it is one of the most toxic places on Earth. For almost a century, a massive lead mine spewed toxic dust over the city. The mine is closed now, but the dust remains. The soil here contains lead levels that are lethal, and here is the heartbreaking part. Because the ground is just dry, red dirt, children play in it. They breathe it in. Doctors estimate that the blood lead levels in children here are 5 to 10 times higher than what is considered dangerous by the US EPA. It is a city blanketed in a poison that you can't scrub off. We enter the top 5 with a city of extreme contrasts. Mumbai. Mumbai is the financial capital of India, home to Bollywood stars and billionaires, but it is also home to the Deonar dumping ground. This isn't just a landfill. It is a mountain of trash that stands 18 stories high. It is so massive that it has its own weather system. The decomposing waste generates heat and methane gas, causing it to spontaneously catch fire, choking the city in toxic smoke. The dirt here is overwhelming, millions of tons of waste accumulate faster than the city can manage, creating a landscape where people literally live and work on top of generations of garbage. It is the ultimate example of a system pushed beyond its breaking point. At number 4, we have a body of water that has earned the title of the world's dirtiest river, the Citarum in Indonesia. You are looking at a river right now. I know. You can't even see the water. Millions of people live along its banks, and with no reliable trash collection, everything ends up here. It creates a floating carpet of plastic so thick that you can literally walk across parts of the river. But what's underneath the plastic is even worse. Hundreds of textile factories dump tons of toxic dyes and chemicals directly into the water every single day. The river changes color depending on the fashion trend of the week. One day it's purple, the next day it's black. It's a toxic soup that millions rely on for bathing and washing. Number 3 is a place nicknamed Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Agbog Blashi in Accra, Ghana. Welcome to the digital age's graveyard. This is where your old smartphone, laptop, and microwave go to die. Millions of tons of the world's electronic waste are illegally shipped here. To get the valuable copper inside the wires, workers, often young men and boys, burn the plastic coating off. This creates a permanent toxic fog over the area. The ground isn't dirt. It's a mixture of broken glass, lead, mercury, and arsenic. It is perhaps the most toxic working environment on the planet, a place where the very ground beneath your feet is poisonous. And at number 2, we travel to the frozen depths of Siberia, Norilsk, Russia. This city should not exist. It was built as a gulag labor camp above the Arctic Circle to mine nickel. Today, it is the most heavily polluted industrial city on Earth. The factories here pump out so much sulfur dioxide that they kill the trees for dozens of miles around the city. But the most horrifying part is the winter. When it snows in Norilsk, it doesn't always snow white. The metal dust in the air mixes with the flakes, covering the city in black snow. And if that wasn't enough, industrial spills periodically turn the local rivers blood red. It looks like the set of a post-apocalyptic movie, but 170,000 people live here. And finally, we arrive at number 1. The city that pushes the definition of dirty to the absolute limit. Dhaka, Bangladesh. If Norilsk is a chemical wasteland, Dhaka is a sensory overload. It is one of the most densely populated cities on Earth, and the infrastructure has completely collapsed under the weight of 23 million people. But what puts it at number 1 is the Hazaribagh district. This is where leather is processed for the world. Every day, 22,000 cubic liters of toxic waste, including flesh, chromium, and acid, are dumped raw into the open street gutters and the river. The Buriganga River is considered biologically dead. There is no oxygen in it, only sludge. Yet, people still bathe in it, wash their clothes in it, and use it to transport food. It is a city where millions of people are fighting to survive inside a literal toxic sewer. From the fashion capitals of Europe to the industrial engines of Asia, these cities prove that filth takes many forms. Sometimes it's just bad management, but often it's the price of the things we buy. The petrol in our cars, the leather on our shoes, and the phones in our pockets. We might be able to turn off this video, but for hundreds of millions of people living in these places, there is no off switch. So, which city on this list shocked you the most? Was it the rats in Paris or the black snow in Russia? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it through this list without needing a shower, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you want to explore more extreme places on Earth, from the most dangerous to the most beautiful, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.